Hello, friends, and welcome to another episode. We are going to deal with MEG 19 MA English IGNOU and the Australian novel. And from Unit 1, we uh, ask this question. Okay. The significance of convict novels in Australia. Okay. The convict novel occupies a significant place in the history of 19th century Australian literature, reflecting the country's unique origins as a British penal colony. These novels delve into the lives, struggles, and moral dilemmas of convicts, exploring themes of crime, punishment, redemption, and the societal structures that shaped early Australia. By engaging with convict experience, these works not only provide a literary account of Australia's colonial past, but also offer high insights into the evolving national identity. The significance of convict novels. Representation of colonial beginnings, convict novels encapsulates formative years of Australian society marked by the transportation of British convicts to penal settlements like New South Wales and Van Diemen's Land, Tasmania. These novels provide a lens through which readers can understand the social and moral fabric of the time, shaped by the interaction between convicts, free settlers, and indigenous Australians. Example Marcus Clark for the term of his natural life, 1874, is a seminal convict novel that portrays the harsh realities of penal servitude and the dehumanizing conditions faced by convicts. Through the story of Rufus Dawes, Clark critiques the brutality of the penal system and its moral implications. Exploration of crime and redemption. Convict novel offers themes of guilt, punishment, and possibility of redemption, reflecting the moral questions surrounding crime and justice. They delve into the personal journey of the convict, explaining how individuals grapple with their past actions and seek to rebuild their lives. Example Clark's protagonist, Rufus Dawes, is wrongfully convicted of murder and transported to Australia. Enduring years of suffering while maintaining his innocence, his journey highlights the tension between societal judgment and personal integrity, a recurring theme in convict literature. Right. Social critique and historical reflection. These novels serve as a critique of the colonial penal system and British imperial policies. They reveal the injustice faced by convicts, including wrongful convictions, inhuman treatment, and the rigid class distinction that persisted in the colonial society. Example, in his natural life, Clark juxtaposes the lives of convicts and free settlers, exposing the hypocrisy and corruption within the colonial administration. The novel's detailed depiction of penal settlements like Port Arthur underscores inhumanity of transportation as a form of punishment. Emergence of a distinct Australian identity. The convict experience, as portrayed in these novels, contribute to the development of an Australian identity distinct from Britain. By focusing on the resilience and ingenuity of convicts in overcoming adversity, these works lay the foundation for the Australian archetype battle of the battle and their lacking. Example many convict novels characters embody traits of endurance, resourcefulness, and a defiance of authority, reflecting the struggles of early Australians to forge a life in harsh and unforgiving environment. Influence on later Australian literature. The theme and the narratives of convict novels resonate in later Australian literature, influencing works that address issues of justice, inequality, and national identity. The convict legacy continues to shape Australia's cultural memory and literary imagination. Example Peter Carey's The History of Kellygang can be seen as a modern reflection of the convict novel tradition, exploring the themes of crime, rebellion, and societal oppression. Women novelists and life in the outback. In addition to convict narratives, there's a question 19th century woman novelist delineated life in the outback from a perspective quite different from what masculinist pioneers did discuss. In addition to convict narratives, 19th century Australian literature also saw significant contributions from women novelists who portrayed life in the outback from perspective distinct from that of those of masculinist pioneer traditions. These women writers focused on the domestic, emotional, and social dimensions of outback, that is, outback life, offering nuanced accounts of the challenges and triumphs faced by settlers, particularly women, domestic and emotional landscapes. Women novelists often emphasized on the domestic sphere and emotional lives of their characters, highlighting the resilience and resourcefulness of women in that outback. Their work delved into themes of isolation, community, and the complexity of family life in remote settings. Example: Kathleen Helen Spence's novel, such as Clara Morrison, A Tale of South Australia during the gold fever of 1854, explored the experiences of women navigating the social and economic challenges of colonial life. Second, critique of gender roles. These writers frequently question the rigid gender roles and expectations of the time. Their stories shed light on struggles of women to assert their independence and agency within a particular society. Example: Louisa Lawson, through her writing and activism, highlighted the inequalities faced by women and the need for greater representation and rights. Focus on relationships and community. Unlike the solitary, rugged male pioneers often celebrated in literature, women novelists portrayed the importance of relationships and community in overcoming the hardships of outback life. Their works emphasize collaboration and mutual support as vital survival and well being. Example: Rosa Prade's The Romance of a Station blends romance of a vivid description of a station life, highlighting both the challenges and the interconnectedness of outback communities. Environmental and cultural sensitivity. Women writers often displayed a deep sensitivity to the natural environment and its impact on settlers' lives. Their works reflect an awareness of the beauty and harshness of the Australian landscape, as well as its cultural significance. Example: Barbara Benton's Bush Studies portrays the harsh realities of bush life, particularly for women, unflinching realism. In conclusion, we see the convict novel and the contributions of women novelists to the 19th century Australian literature collectively offer a rich and multifaceted portrait of the nation's colonial history. While convict novels engage with themes of crime, punishment, identity, women's writings provide a vital counterpoint by focusing on the domestic, emotional, and communal aspects of life in the outback. Together, these narratives underscore the diversity of experiences and the perspectives that have shaped Australian literature and identity. Thank you, friends.